Take one, boogie-boos boogie. Take two, hold the helicopter with it.
Now, when the first shot of a film looks like this, you just know the rest of it's going to be great, right? Well, what do you know? This little film is about the making of a big film about skiing in the Canadian Rockies. It begins in Edmonton, Canada, late in January, with the arrival of a hand-picked crew of skiers and production people. Some arrived by plane, while others, like the Nelson brothers of Boise, Idaho, decided on a cheaper form of transportation, thereby keeping the airfare for their greedy little selves. Having left Boise in July, the Nelsons arrived in Edmonton in time to join fellow Idahoans Bob and Dottie Greenwood. That's Bob in the red jacket. The largest contingent came from the East Coast, headed by producer-director Joe J. Jalbert and his partner Kim DeCall. The whole thing was financed by the people who make Salomon bindings and Tina Star skis, and apparently a great deal of luggage, most of it owned by the members of the crew. "16 people, none of whom had any idea what it meant to travel light. But they all believed in carrying their own weight. And that's about all they carried. The luggage they left for the friendly giant that everybody called Big Al, which was strange because his name was Francis.
Albert, you bring the gear.
Well, sir, it wasn't long before the bus was loaded and the crew was ready to embark on the 300-mile overland journey into the heart of the Canadian Rockies. Here was some of the most beautiful and awesome scenery in the world. Towering peaks and deep ravines, snow-covered woodlands and unpolluted air. It was enough to bring out the beast in a man. The next morning, the crew was anxious to get their first look at the areas they would be skiing in. There was some initial confusion, but it was soon straightened out and they all piled into their personal magic carpet, a giant Okanagan helicopter, and took off. What they saw defies description. The next stop was the beautiful Caribou Lodge, located in the heart of the Rockies. Part of the crew couldn't wait to land because it had been rumored that a herd of moose had been spotted and they wanted to get some shots of the big critters. After hours of hunting, they finally found a moose. No. Wait, there
was one.
No. Actually, they never did find a moose.
But they did get a shot of this cute little rabbit.
Meanwhile, back at the lodge, Bob Greenwood was doing his best to obey the local laws. He had seen a sign that had said, "Drink Canada Dry," and he was trying to.
Okay, standing by.
Later that same day, the crew shot their first sound takes.
Okay, you guys, will you come over here? Okay, what do you have hanging around your neck that's your skate? Is it an avalanche?
There is an aura of importance that surrounds a working film crew that commands respect from bystanders, usually.
And it will be on transmit. Come on! Get it, get it! Okay, let it rip! All right!
But in spite of these interruptions,
They shot their
required scenes, then...
Let's break for lunch.
After carefully packing away their equipment, they marched off to lunch in an orderly fashion.
The food at the lodge was, of course, home-cooked. And the entertainment later that night was half-baked. There were chorus girls, almost in lovely costumes. A stand-up comic who won the crowd over with his urbane, sophisticated style. And there was even a demonstration of movie-making technique by the film crew. Nobody knows why normally sane, healthy people act like this up in the Rockies, but it is believed that the rarefied air has something to do with it. The next day it was Nervous City. This would be the first time all the crews would be working in unison to get one sequence for the film.
3 minutes or so. You can give me the arrival time of the train. We'll relay that down to
It would include the use of long-range communications, ground tracking shots, and most importantly, the first use of the helicopter as a camera base. The problem was magnified by the fact that they only had one shot at it. This deep in the Rockies,
The trains are far from regular. In fact,
this one appears in the
Canadian national schedule as whenever we get there.
lift off on chopper, coming in. you have a read on the camera unit 2, over. We're on our way. That's a Roger, over. Yeah, the train has just cleared our area here, so it should be coming to you in about 3 minutes, over. Chopper should be here within 2 minutes, over. Okay, camera unit 3, this is camera unit 3. We've spotted the train is coming. We are rolling our position. Camera 2 in the chopper, the train is approaching and you should be hovering. Do you have a Roger on that? Roger, I'm over the train. We're getting prepared for a dive, over. Okay, again, we see you here, just trying to get our camera position, over. Okay, let's make the dive. Okay, come on in the chopper. Okay, we're going now, over. Okay, we see you on your path. You're down. We've got our shot. Camera unit 4 and camera unit 1 should prepare to set up in the second position will be the departure of the train from the station, over.
For the most part, the sequence was covered in a smoothly professional manner. But there were moments. Test.
1, 2, 3.
Dawn, the third day. From now until the end of production, this is how it would be. The ride to the selected slopes. The tricky descent to camera positions loaded down with equipment. And the final preparations. The last minute checks before the dizzying run down the flank of the mountain, all to capture a few precious seconds of film.
Camera position 2 and camera position 4. Watch the chopper, watch the snow that's going to be blowing up. This is unit 2, if you're clear, we'd like to come for a little pass, over. Okay, we're clear here. Drop it on down and come over the top. Don't get in closer than 15 feet, over. I read you, over. Unit number 1.
Yeah, unit number 1, we read you.
Okay, is your camera position ready?
We're standing by.
Tyler camera, chopper, camera unit 2. Would you hover on the shot until we get the skiers in position, over. Over, we're standing by. Okay, stand by with the camera. Start the skiers, you're ready, start the skiers. Okay, chopper, go with the skiers now. Are you on top of it, over. This is unit 2, I'm rolling right over right now. Okay, all cameras rolling? Yep. Okay, you got it inside, you got it in your shot.
You have to be a little crazy to try and do this kind of filming in avalanche country. A little crazy, and a lot skilled. It helps to have cut your teeth flying missions in Vietnam like Ken Blaze. It helps to have been lifetime skiers like Joe J. Jalbert, the Nelson brothers, and most of the others. But most of all, it helps simply to know your business. Because when you do, you get what you go after. And the end result looks like this. Breathtaking. It's all of that and more. However, it is something else. And since the makers of this little film have nothing to gain by making everybody look good, we take perverse pleasure in showing you that something else. The producers of this film wish to thank, in alphabetical order, Claire Athens, Barry Bevins, Yvonne Brouillet, Art Courier, Franz Frank, Ken Blaze, Bob Greenwood,
Dottie Greenwood, Joe J. Jalbert,
Al Lipke, Bill Martin,
Norman Beaver Nelson, Tyler Nelson, John Phillips, the
Moving Bud Raymer, Kim DeCall, Peggy Townsend, and Rex the Wonder Pony.
For their lack of resistance in the making of this would be this whatever it is.